Alright, y'all, welcome to the next lesson here. So last video we went over just finding the winning probability or your win probability or your implied probability. On this video we're going to show you how to find the true probability. So the implied probability is going to be before the hold, and I'll explain what the hold is here in a second. Your true probability will be after the hold is removed. Now, to give you like a good explanation of what the true probability means, what it is it's your real data, and that's a data-based estimate, kind of like how likely that outcome is to happen. Now, once again, this is before the sports book at its edge, so you'll come across a term called VIG, VIG. VIG just means that there's a small percentage that the sportsbook hold on every single bet that's placed, and that's win or loss. That's really where they make their money. Now, just think of it like it's your number kind of like versus the book's number, or like reality versus the market. So the whole goal is that you want to find the true percentages, and that way there's no fluff in there when you're making your lines. Once again, or when you're making your bet, the whole goal at the end of everything is always to have clean numbers, no fluff, no noise, and that way you're making a decision truly based on real data. So just to kind of jump into this, I found a line that they have out there right now. Baker Mayfield, just 219 yards passing, over -110, under -111. So got to get the implied probability first. So you got -110. We went through this before. Divided by. So we're going to do 110 divided by 110 plus 100. So 110 divided by 210. This is going to be implied probability, remember. So let's calculate that. 110 divided by 210. And we got 52%. All right, you guys still with me? So this is for over. And then we have under. So we got 111 minus 111. So 111 divided by 111 plus 100. So 111 divided by 211. Calculate that. 111 divided by 211. We got 52%. Roughly. It will be a little bit closer to 53, but we're not going to round up on this scenario here. So 52 and 52, right? So to find the true probability, now that we have the implied probability, what you're going to want to do is add up these percentages. So you have 52 plus 52 and what do you have here? 104%. So everything past 100 is the hold. So in this case scenario, to get to 100%, there is a 4% hold on this line here. So there is 4% of this that the sports books are holding, win or loss, that they will profit from. So what you want to do to find the true probability, so we got the implied probability, 52% over, 52% under. to find the true probability, we need to remove this, and that way we're looking at a clean line. So what you're going to do is you have 52%. You're going to divide that by 104%. Now you're dividing that because that's the true percentage that you're calculating off of. So everything we were doing was based on 100. It's kind of assuming that there's no hold. But now that we know the hold, that's what we want to calculate off of. So you do 52 divided by 104. And what you're going to have is your true probability, which will be 50%. So in this scenario, it's going to be the same thing because remember, my implied probability between the two were essentially the same thing there. But just for fun here, once again, the over was 52, the under was also 52. So you do it again, 52% divided by 104%. And you're going to get the same thing there, 50%. So now when you add these two, it's going to be a lot closer, equating to 100. You may be 1 point off sometimes, but you're a lot closer. But that's what you're looking at for your true percentages. So on this play here, what it's telling you is that it's really a 50-50 play. 50% chance they could go over, 50% chance they could go under. But that's how you find the true probability. So the whole point of this is that when you see bigger percentages, that just means that obviously there's a bigger hold. But you also want to make sure that there's not a huge gap between these two numbers once you find your true probability. So sometimes it'll help you, sometimes it won't, because your implied probability might show that it's even, but your true probability will end up showing you sometimes that, you know, your 60% chance to go over and 30% chance to go under. So this is what you'll see. They have some calculators, a lot out there, like no vig calculators. So that stuff is just showing you, but obviously you want to know how to calculate on your own, because I have found that there's calculators that are off. So once again, this is how you find the true probability or the no vig percentage or number, and that way you're going off of real data and you can make a real decision just a little bit more accurately, and hopefully help you guys make more money there. But see you guys on the next video. That's all I got for this one. See you next time.